You've been explaining yourself your whole life, and they still didn't get it. Because here's the truth. Some people were never meant to understand you. Your path is too rare. Your purpose is too deep. And the moment you stop needing their understanding, that's when you become truly free. Chosen one, you are not hard to understand. You are just too powerful for the wrong people to comprehend. You owe them nothing. Not your words, not your reasons, not even a single explanation. Silence is your crown. Stay with me. What I'm about to share will change how you move through this world forever. 1. Not everyone deserves access to your truth. Think about every time you opened up to someone, every time you sat down and explained your decisions, every time you told someone why you did what you did, every time you share your reasons, your feelings, your pain, your plans. You were vulnerable. You were honest. You gave them a piece of yourself. And what happened? They twisted your words. They used your honesty against you. They shared what you said with others. They judged you instead of understanding you. They took your openness and turned it into a weapon pointed right back at you. And you walked away feeling worse than before you even spoke. That is not a coincidence. That is a pattern. And that pattern has a very simple reason behind it. Not everyone who asks for your truth actually deserves to receive it. Some people ask questions not because they care about your answer. They ask because they are looking for something to use against you. They are looking for your weakness. They are looking for your insecurity. They are looking for the one thing that will give them power over you. And the moment you hand them your truth, you hand them that power. Here is something most people never realize. Your truth is not just words. Your truth is energy. Your truth is sacred. It carries the weight of your experiences, your struggles, your growth, your wounds, and your wisdom. It is not something to be handed freely to every person who simply asks for it. Not everyone has earned the right to know why you made the choices you made. Not everyone has earned the right to understand your path. Some people are simply not built to hold your truth with the care and respect it deserves. The wrong people will always misunderstand you, not because you explained yourself poorly, but because they were never meant to understand you in the first place. Their minds are not aligned with your journey. Their hearts are not connected to your purpose. And no matter how clearly you speak, no matter how many times you explain, no matter how patient you are, they will always see you through their own limited lens. You cannot force understanding into a mind that is closed. You cannot plant wisdom into a heart that is not ready. A chosen one learns this lesson sometimes earlier, sometimes after years of pain, but they always learn it. Silence is not coldness. Silence is not arrogance. Silence is not running away. Silence is discernment. Silence is knowing who has earned your words and who has not. Silence is protecting the most sacred parts of yourself from people who will never appreciate them. Every time you choose silence over explanation with the wrong person, you are choosing yourself. You are choosing your peace. You are choosing your power. And that is never something you need to explain to anyone. 2. Explaining yourself to the wrong people drains your power. Have you ever had a conversation where you explained everything perfectly? Your reasons, your feelings, your intentions, and yet walked away feeling completely empty, not relieved, not understood, not lighter, but drained, exhausted, like something valuable was taken from you, like you gave everything and received nothing in return? That feeling is not just emotional. That feeling is real, because something was taken from you. Your energy, your power, your life force. And you handed it freely to someone who was never worthy of receiving it. Here is what most people do not understand about energy. Every word you speak carries it. Every explanation you give costs something. Every time you sit down and justify your decisions, defend your choices, or prove your worth to someone, you are spending a currency that is deeply limited and incredibly valuable. That currency is your mental energy, your emotional energy, your spiritual energy. And just like money, when you spend it on the wrong things, on the wrong people, you end up broke, drained, with nothing left for what truly matters. The problem is not that you explained yourself once. The problem is the pattern, the constant need to make people understand you. The constant feeling that if you just find the right words, if you just explain it one more time, they will finally get it. They will finally see you. They will finally understand your heart. But they never do. And every attempt leaves you more exhausted than before, because you are not dealing with a misunderstanding. You are dealing with a misalignment. And no amount of explanation can fix a misalignment. Only distance can fix that. Think about what you could do with that energy instead. The energy you spend defending yourself to people who will never respect you, imagine redirecting that into your goals, into your healing, into your creativity, into your purpose, into the vision God placed inside you before you were even born. That energy is not meant to be wasted on people who drain it. That energy is meant to build something great, something rare, something that will outlast every person who ever doubted you or demanded you explain yourself to them. Chosen ones are not ordinary people. Their energy is different, their frequency is higher, their purpose is bigger. And because of that, their energy is also more targeted, more sought after by the wrong people. People who feel your power, and instead of respecting it, they want to consume it. They keep you in endless conversations. They keep you defending yourself. They keep you explaining over and over again, not because they want to understand, but because as long as you are explaining yourself to them, your energy is flowing into them and away from your destiny. The moment you stop explaining yourself to people who were never meant to understand you, something powerful happens. You will feel it immediately. A shift, a stillness, a quiet strength rising inside you. Because the energy that was leaking out of you suddenly has nowhere to go except back into you, back into your purpose, back into your future, back into everything God has been trying to build through you. That is not a small thing. That is everything. Protect your energy like it is the most valuable thing you own, because it is. And never again hand it to someone who was never meant to receive it. 3. The right people never need an explanation. There is a certain kind of relationship that most people spend their entire lives searching for, but very few ever truly find. A relationship where you do not have to perform, where you do not have to carefully choose every word in fear of being misunderstood, where you do not have to explain why you feel what you feel or justify why you made the choices you made. A relationship where you can simply exist fully, honestly, completely, and be accepted without condition. That kind of relationship is not a fantasy. It is real. But it only exists between the right people. And the right people are rarer than most of us realize. Most of us have spent so much time around the wrong people that we have forgotten what the right ones feel like. We have been so conditioned to explain ourselves, defend ourselves, and prove ourselves that we start to believe that is just how all relationships work. We think that misunderstanding is normal. We think that constantly justifying our decisions is just part of being in someone's life. We accept the exhaustion because we have never known anything different. But that exhaustion is not love. That exhaustion is not friendship. That exhaustion is not connected. That is just the wrong people taking up space in your life where the right ones should be. The right people, the ones truly meant to walk beside you on this journey, will understand you in a way that feels almost unexplainable. They will feel your energy before you even speak. They will know your heart without you having to open it and show them every corner. They will look at your silence and understand it. They will look at your decisions, even the ones that confused everyone else, and trust them, not because they blindly follow you, but because they are aligned with you. Their frequency matches yours. Their spirit recognizes yours. And that recognition goes far deeper than words ever could. Think about the people in your life right now, the ones who truly get you, the ones who have never once made you feel like you needed to justify your existence around them. Notice how easy it is to breathe around them. Notice how light you feel in their presence. Notice how you never leave a conversation with them feeling drained or misunderstood. That ease, that lightness, that peace, that is what alignment feels like. That is what it feels like to be around your people. And it is completely different from the heaviness you feel around the wrong ones. Now think about the people who constantly demand explanations from you, the ones who question every decision you make, the ones who make you feel guilty for your silence, the ones who twist your words no matter how carefully you choose them, the ones who make you feel like you are always one wrong sentence away from being judged or abandoned. Notice how heavy that feels. Notice how much energy it takes just to be around them. Notice how you are always on guard, always preparing what to say next, always trying to manage their reaction. That is not a connection, that is performance. And you were never meant to perform for anyone. Here is the most important thing to understand. If someone constantly needs you to explain yourself, justify your worth, and prove your intentions over and over again, that is not a sign that you are unclear. That is a sign that they are not your person. The right people do not put you on trial. The right people do not make you feel like your honesty is never enough. The right people meet you where you are, in your silence, in your complexity, in your contradictions, and they stay without demands, without conditions, without requiring you to shrink yourself so they can feel comfortable. When you find those people, hold them close. And when you identify the ones who drain you with endless demands for explanation, have the courage to let them go, because your people are out there, and they will know you without a single word. 4. Your silence is not weakness, it is wisdom. From the moment we are young, we are taught that staying quiet is wrong, that silence means you have something to hide, that if you do not defend yourself, you are guilty, that if you do not fight back with words, you are weak, that if you walk away without explaining yourself, you are running away. Society has programmed us to believe that the person who speaks the loudest, argues the hardest, and has the quickest response is the strongest person in the room. And so we spend our lives reacting, defending, explaining, fighting for the last word, believing that if we just speak enough, loud enough, long enough, clearly enough, people will finally understand us, finally respect us, finally see our worth. But they never do, because that is not how respect works, and that is not how real power works either. Real power is quiet. Real power does not need to announce itself. Real power does not need to defend itself against every accusation or respond to every person who misunderstands it. Real power simply exists steady, grounded, and completely unbothered by the noise around it. Think about the most powerful forces in nature. The ocean does not explain itself to the shore. The mountain does not justify its height to the valley below. The sun does not defend its brightness to the darkness. They simply are what they are, completely, powerfully, without apology and without explanation. And that is exactly the kind of energy a chosen one carries when they finally master the power of silence. There is something that happens when you go quiet in a situation where everyone expects you to react. When someone attacks your character and you say nothing. When someone spreads lies about you and you do not rush to correct them. When someone pushes you to the edge expecting an explosion and you simply look at them, turn around, and walk away in complete silence. Something shifts in that moment. Not just in the room, not just in the dynamic between you and that person. Something shifts inside you. A quiet confidence settles in. A dignity rises up. A strength emerges that no argument, no rebuttal, and no perfectly crafted response could ever produce. Because your silence just said everything, louder than words ever could. The world will absolutely try to make you feel guilty for that silence. People who are used to getting a reaction from you will be deeply unsettled when you stop giving them one. They will call you cold, They will call you arrogant. They will say you think you are better than everyone. They will push harder, trying to provoke a response. They will do everything in their power to crack your quiet and pull you back into the chaos, because your silence threatens them. Your silence takes away their power over you. As long as you are reacting, defending, explaining, arguing, they are in control of your energy. The moment you go silent, that control is gone, and they feel it immediately. Chosen ones understand something about silence that most people spend their entire lives never learning. Silence is not the absence of strength. Silence is the fullest expression of it. Silence means you are so secure in who you are that you do not need outside validation to confirm it. Silence means you trust God enough to fight battles you do not have to fight yourself. Silence means you understand that not every accusation deserves a defense, not every lie deserves a correction, and not every person deserves access to your response. Silence is discernment in its most powerful form. It is knowing when to speak and having the discipline to choose not to. Your silence is also a mirror. When you stay quiet in the face of chaos, it forces the other person to sit with themselves, with their own words, with their own behavior, with their own reflection. And often that is far more powerful than anything you could have said, because you cannot control how someone receives your words. But your silence, your calm, your dignity, your complete refusal to be pulled into their level that speaks a language everyone understands. It says, I know exactly who I am. I know exactly what I am worth, and I do not need your understanding, your approval, or your validation to confirm it. That is not a weakness. That is the deepest, most unshakable wisdom a human being can carry. 5. Walking away without words is the ultimate power move. There is a moment that comes in every chosen one's life. A moment that does not look dramatic from the outside. There is no big speech, no explosive argument, no perfectly timed comeback that leaves everyone speechless. It is actually the quietest moment you will ever experience. It is the moment you decide without anger, without bitterness, without needing anyone to understand your decision, to simply walk away. No explanation, no goodbye speech, no final attempt to make them see what they are losing. Just you, turning around and moving forward in complete silence. And that moment, that quiet, simple, undramatic moment, is the most powerful thing you will ever do in your life. Most people never reach that moment, not because they are not strong enough, but because they have been conditioned to believe that walking away without explaining themselves is somehow wrong, that it is selfish, that it is immature, that a good person always gives closure, that a strong person always fights until the very end. That love means staying no matter what and explaining yourself until the other person finally understands. And so they stay in conversations that drain them. They stay in relationships that diminish them. They stay in situations that slowly suffocate everything beautiful inside them, all because they are waiting for a moment of understanding that was never going to come. All because they were taught that leaving without words makes them the villain of the story. But here is what nobody tells you about walking away. It is not giving up. It is not cold. It is not cruel. Walking away is one of the most profound acts of self-respect a human being can perform. It says, I value my peace more than I value being right. It says, I respect myself too much to keep fighting for a place where I was never truly wanted. It says, I trust my instincts enough to leave, even when I cannot fully explain why. Walking away without words is not a sign that you have nothing left to say. It is a sign that you finally understand that some things are simply not worth saying. Some people are simply not worth explaining yourself to. And some chapters of your life are simply meant to be closed quietly, without ceremony, without drama, and without permission from anyone. Think about every time you tried to get the last word. Every time you stayed in an argument long past the point where it stopped making sense. Every time you send that final message, trying to explain yourself one more time. Every time you went back trying to make someone understand what they did to you. How did that feel? Did it bring you peace? Did it bring you closure? Did it make you feel stronger and more free? Or did it leave you feeling more tangled, more drained, more stuck in something you were trying to leave? The last word almost never brings what we think it will bring, because closure does not come from them finally understanding you. Closure comes from you deciding within yourself, for yourself, that you are done. And that decision does not require a single word spoken out loud. The day you walk away in silence is the day everything changes. Not just in that situation, not just with that person, but inside you. Something settles, something aligns. A quiet confidence takes root that no argument, no victory, and no perfectly spoken final word could ever give you. Because you just proved to yourself, not to them, not to anyone watching, but to yourself, that your peace matters more than being understood, that your future matters more than winning a moment, that you are so secure in who you are that you do not need their reaction, their regret, or their recognition to confirm your worth. You walked away with your head high and your heart free, and that is not something everyone can do. That takes a rare kind of strength, a chosen kind of strength. So if you are standing at that crossroads right now, exhausted, drained, wondering whether to explain yourself one more time or finally just walk away, hear this clearly. You do not need the last word. You do not need them to understand. You do not need their blessing to begin your next chapter. The most powerful move available to you right now is the quietest one. Walk away, head high, heart free, zero explanation, because the life waiting for you on the other side of that decision is far greater than anything you are leaving behind. And one day, not too far from now, you will look back at the moment you chose silence over explanation, freedom over approval, and yourself over everything that was holding you back. And you will know without any doubt that it was the best decision you ever made. Chosen one, remember this forever. You were never hard to understand. You were just too powerful for the wrong people to comprehend. And everything they called confusing about you, your silence, your boundaries, your decisions, your distance, was never a flaw. It was protection. It was wisdom. It was God keeping your energy sacred for the people and the purpose that truly deserves it. You do not owe this world an explanation for who you are. You do not owe anyone a justification for how you choose to live, love, heal, or move forward. Your only job is to protect your peace, trust your path, and keep walking even when nobody around you understands the direction you are heading. Stop explaining, start moving. The right people will find you, the right doors will open, and everything that was meant for you will arrive, not because you convinced anyone, but because you finally stopped shrinking yourself for people who were never meant to witness your greatness. Walk in silence, walk in power, walk in peace. You owe them nothing, not even a goodbye.